All right, let's look at an example here, how we can find local extrema, and when we see that, it's just talking about maxes or mins for the function. And then we're also going to use those values to help us determine intervals where it's increasing and decreasing. So I've got Desmos open up here on the side. I'm going to go ahead and graph this function. So whether you've got a graphing calculator or Desmos, great free tool, just something to help us graph these so we can visualize the graphs, see what's going on. I'm going to scroll out just a little bit there. I'm just zooming here with my mouse. That's a nice thing. It goes down there a little ways. And if you click on the graph, it shows us some of those key values. So first of all, notice it comes up. We see a maximum right there. Dips down, we've got a minimum right there, and that's it. Okay, sometimes you may see multiple peaks and valleys. So when it says local extrema, we want to identify every one of those. So let's go ahead, let me label these over here on the side. So we've got a max at, and I'm going to label the point, okay, and that was, what was it, negative 128, I think, yeah. So negative 128. We have a min at, and if I just come down here, really nice, Desmos just shows it for me, 5, negative 80. And of course, the x value, right, that's where it occurs. The y value is actually the max or the min that we're looking at, but I would just go ahead and put them as coordinates, okay? And now, where are we increasing? Where are we decreasing? So from left to right is how I like to think. You think about numbers getting bigger as we go left to right. So notice the graph is going up right here. It's increasing. My y values are increasing until I get to this peak, and then it turns and we decrease, and then it increases again. So you've got these intervals, and for this we're going to describe x intervals. So over what domain, basically, over what interval is this graph getting bigger? What intervals are getting smaller? What intervals are getting bigger? So my very first one, from negative infinity, because these x values would go way out to negative infinity, it's increasing until we get to x equals negative 1. These are always going to be open intervals, by the way, so don't use brackets. And then it decreases from negative 1, right? It turns and goes down to 5. Notice again, I'm using the x values. So over this interval of x values, it's decreasing. And then it turns and increases again, doesn't it? From 5 to positive infinity. So that is what we're looking for. So graph it, identify any maxes and mins that we see, peaks, valleys, and then use those. Those are going to be key values to help us describe increasing or decreasing behavior.